What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Observant Lineman. It appears that Jalen Ramsey is finally a happy man. For those Jaguars fans out there, I know this is hard to digest, but we're going to take a little look at the aftermath, if you will, of the Jalen Ramsey saga in Jacksonville, which has now concluded with his trade to Los Angeles. Now, you got to keep in mind that, clearly Ramsey was trying to force his way out of Jacksonville. And, a lot of things came up in the time that he could have played that did not allow him to play, and we really couldn't call it one way or the other, whether he was telling the truth or whether he was just using it as an excuse. But it appears now that we have an answer to that question. Now, in this article from Yahoo Sports, the title is Jalen Ramsey seems happy to be out of Jacksonville. In quotes, I just feel free. So it's no secret that he was a disgruntled player in Jacksonville. I think we all know that. But it's curious to me how now, and again, one way or the other, I'm not going to judge necessarily, but it's curious how that back issue all of a sudden became a whole lot better, and now Ramsey is set to make his debut in Los Angeles with the Rams this Sunday. Says Ramsey requested a trade when he had a problem with the Jacksonville Jaguars front office. The Jaguars owner said he didn't want to trade Ramsey, arguably the best cornerback in the NFL, but perhaps the Jaguars felt forced into a move when Ramsey missed multiple games with a curiously timed back injury. The Rams acquired Ramsey in a trade this week for a hefty price, but they're clearly getting one of the NFL's most talented players, and it sounds like they're getting a happy player too. In an interview with Rams in-house reporter Serena Morales, Ramsey said he is super excited to be a part of the Rams. I just feel free. I feel free. I feel like I can be myself. A fresh start with a team who values who I am, obviously, with what they gave up to get me. And I truly respect that. I'm ready to do what I can do to help this team win. And those are pretty much your PC reactions to questions that reporters give you when they want to know how you feel about something. Because in the culture of the NFL, you don't come out and, if he feels in any way indifferent about that, he won't let it be known because he doesn't want to sour the opportunity for himself to get a payday. And that's all good and well. I got no problem with that. Ramsey's an outspoken player, but obviously you got to know when to pick your battles. You're on a new team, first day in, questions get asked, you answer them in the most politically correct manner that you can. Ramsey is outspoken, and that's not going to be a good fit with every team. As Yahoo Sports' Charles Robinson wrote, trading Ramsey was practically choosing vice president of football operations, Tom Coughlin, over Ramsey, and not shaking up the front office for one player. Ramsey once famously attacked just about every quarterback, including calling Rams quarterback Jared Goff average to above average. He may be right about that. In relation to what he was calling a lot of people, that wasn't half bad, Goff said. Hopefully for the Rams, Ramsey's swagger will fit right in. Now, let's go down to will Ramsey play on Sunday? Now for the back injury. Just because Ramsey's back injury came shortly after his trade demand doesn't mean it's not a legitimate injury. I'm 50-50 on that right now. Every player in the NFL has back problems to a degree. You're playing football. It's an unnatural position for the human body to be in. For the majority of the time that you're on the football field, you are making movements and holding positions that are just not truly what the human body was designed to do. So back problems with the weight lifting, and with the constant movement and violent trauma of football you know, a lot of guys have back problems. From big to small, got back problems. Rams coach Sean McVay said he hopes Ramsey can play Sunday at the Atlanta Falcons. The goal is to be able to do that, but we'll be smart about it, McVay said. Ramsey is expected to participate in the Rams practice on Thursday. If Ramsey plays on Sunday, there will be some angry folks in Duval. But Ramsey's Jaguar days are officially in his past. Now, just to kind of speak on this for a moment, you know, you got to feel bad for my people out in Duval. Why? Well, mainly because Jalen Ramsey played the Jaguars. He played them. He manipulated the situation to work to his favor, which to an extent is part of this new empowerment movement amongst players in the NFL, taking control of their brand, taking control of their worth, and trying to, you know, create a better situation for themselves, whether that means getting traded, getting released, or getting a new contract. And, you know, the NFL obviously is fighting it tooth and nail. I think we all see that when you look at the Melvin Gordon situation. That didn't end up working out for him, and it's probably going to cost him more money now than it would have been worth if he had just reported to camp and you know, played ball as usual. But you know, I'm really interested to see, you know, I'm really interested to understand how the people in Jacksonville must feel knowing that this guy, not only did he manipulate the team into trading him, but to make sure that there was no opportunity for him to be injured, for him to lower his value by any kind of deteriorating play or any kind of sabotage potentially by the coaching staff, he used a past injury that he brought back up to the forefront to buy himself time until he was traded. And I think knowing that he had that sit down with Shad Khan, knowing that they talked about the situation with getting him to play against the Saints and him actually, you know, and him reneging on that, I think that is going to leave a lot of sour grapes with the city of Duval, with the city of Jacksonville, just because, you know, you weren't being true to the city. You know, you weren't being true to the franchise. If your intent all along was to get traded come hell or high water, then you could have just sat at home and not showed up to anything and forced them to trade you that way. You could have come out and said, I will not play another game. Just like the tackle from the Washington Redskins, forget his name at the moment, but you could have sat out and said, I'm not going to play again. You know, I think for me, this is more of a situation that is a bad look for him in regards to, you know, saving face with the people of Jacksonville who were his fans. And, you know, you got to do right by the fans if you don't do right by anybody else. And I think that was just a little bit of a D-bag move, if you know what I mean. You know, he could have handled it with much more grace, could have handled it with much more composure and much more of a, you know, leave more of a lasting sentiment with the Jaguars community that you do respect and you do enjoy, and you did enjoy your time in Jacksonville, regardless of how things played out. You gave the city and you gave the team everything you could. Now, I don't think that he didn't. I do believe that he played his butt off. I mean, look at the level of play that he has had through his course of time in Jacksonville. So you can't look at the guy and say that he hasn't given his all. But it's mighty curious that back injury just all of a sudden went away. He's doing, you know, jump kicks. He's doing front flips. And, you know, he's feeling great out there in LA. And hey, you know, I feel more power to him in that regard, but, you know, could have been a little bit more upfront with the fan base so that they knew that the situation was what it was and you just weren't going to play, so that they're not holding on to hope that you show up, that your back feels better, and that you're going to come out and play. So Ramsey's going to be playing this week, y'all. If you're in Duval, please leave a comment below. Let me know how you feel. You know, I got a special place in my heart for the people out in Jacksonville, so please let me know what's going on. Hit the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to the Observant Lineman, Uche Nwaneri. Appreciate you guys checking out the news update on Jalen Ramsey and his first debut game with the Rams. I will catch you guys on the next video. Peace.